Though I'm not sure that's how he really felt, because 2 seasons later, he referred to the benching as Pat Riley jigging him good with a shank. And according to his book, Shaq Uncut.
All right, welcome back to another After Dark, everyone. First After Dark in like 4 or 5 days, huh? I figured this would be a perfect After Dark kind of a setting, because I don't know what it is, but videos from the Secret Base channel really kind of give me that like nighttime vibe, and this one's right up my alley, because I talk about this all the time. This is titled, first off, Secret Base, and second off, title is Shaq's Beef with Pat Riley Saw Benching, Fake Injury Accusations, and Nearly Came to Blows. Yes, 100% yes, and I can't wait to go down memory lane with this one, because all the stories I heard like between like Pat, D Wade, and Shaq, it's like absolute chaos ensued. And to be real, like the problems kind of in a way started from day one, when Shaq came in, and it was like Pat Riley was standing right next to a scale, and he was like, get on the scale. Like the first thing he did with Shaq was weigh him. But anyways, I'm sure there's some of you who don't know how this all played out, so I'll just shut up right there. But very interesting story, very successful story, but also it ended out in absolute chaos. So let's get to it, you guys. Let's see, I'm linking the original video down below in the description like I always do. Secret Base is a great channel, you guys. Highly recommend it. If you're not subscribed, I'm sure after watching this, you will go down there and subscribe. You'll see a list of channel members, shout out channel members. A lot of these Secret Base ones do get copyright claims, so I appreciate you all. And I've been getting attacked with these weird manual claims lately. And I don't even know, man. YouTube is a crazy game, you guys. For those of you ever thinking about starting a YouTube channel, highly recommend it just for like the fun aspect. But man, when you try to monetize it, things get really, really tricky, and the game doesn't stop changing. I'll tell you that much. It's just weird. It's hard to get a video out there and to stay monetized for an extended period of time. Someone seems like they're going to claim you, and YouTube does not have anybody's back when it comes to claiming. So anyways, be careful, you guys. That's all. Anyways, let's get to it, huh? Like the vid if you could, hype the vid if you could. I'd appreciate it. Hope you all having a wonderful night, and let's make it better. Let's go.
Pat Riley, one of the best coaches ever, and Shaquille O'Neal, one of the best players ever,
yes, sir,
won a title together in Miami in 2006. When great meets great, the results are great. Simple as that. Whoa, gross. What's going on? Why does South Beach reek all of a sudden? Because of bad beef.
Yep. It's crazy to think that Pat got to coach both Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Shaquille O'Neal.
This is an important announcement from Secret Base. We have a Patreon now. It's awesome, and something new drops every week. This concludes the important announcement. It's actually kind of surprising that Shaq ever ended up in Miami under Pat Riley, because the coach had a practice till you puke mindset, and Shaq did not. Plus, going all the way back to Shaq's rookie year, the two really didn't seem to like each other. The backboard-shattering Orlando rookie was voted to be a starter in the 1993 All-Star Game. The venerated, well-dressed Knicks coach
Let me guess, he thought Patrick Ewing
named coach of the Eastern All-Stars, and he was pretty pissed his center wasn't a starter. Patrick Ewing was a legend of the game, and Riley thought he should be treated as such. Which is fair to an extent. You want to support your guy. But it's also a little bit silly because, one, the fans vote for the starters.
Yeah.
It's just a popularity contest.
I mean, he must have freaked out when Yao Ming was the highest voted. But, yeah, it's just fan voting, guys.
Which Shaq dominated. And two, Shaq the rookie was very all-star starter-esque.
Damn.
If those numbers aren't proof enough, how about this? ESPN aired an hour-long special called Shaq's Sudden Impact in the winter of his rookie year. I mean, really, Pat Riley was mad at the fans and the media puffing Shaq up and not respecting Ewing enough. But he kinda took it out on young Shaq. He played O'Neal and Ewing an even 25 minutes each. And went with his guy down the stretch. It was a close game, too. O'Neal was diplomatic and understanding throughout.
It's his first All-Star game. I think it's fine. I don't, well, Shaq probably took it personally, though.
Though I'm not sure that's how he really felt, because 2 seasons later, he referred to the benching as Pat Riley jigging him good with a shank. And according to his book, Shaq Uncut, published nearly a decade later, the snub always bothered him. There was one other beefy bit early in Shaq's career. It stemmed from a budding...
That's interesting, though, too. Because I'm pretty sure Patrick Ewing is his hero.
Intrastate rivalry between the Magic and the Heat. Riley started coaching the Heat in '95 and sort of used Orlando as a metric to measure his team against. And in a preseason game between the 2 Florida teams, Matt Geiger fouled Shaq so hard he destroyed O'Neal's thumb. And I'm sorry for the graphic quote, but I want to impress upon you how hard Geiger hit Shaq.
He's shattering a
O'Neal
thumb.
missed 22 games and was angry, as you'd expect, but not at Geiger. This was Pat Riley's fault. His teams don't play D, they just hack away. Now, this wasn't an opinion unique to O'Neal, it was a common critique of the coach, but this was a loud, attention-grabbing, well-liked voice leveling the critique. Word was Shaq loathed Pat Riley.
I didn't know there was this much beef leading up to them playing together. Interesting.
Perhaps, in part, because in the wake of the injury, Riley didn't seem particularly apologetic. Nor did Geiger, whose lack of remorse was also attributed to his coach. And once Shaq blamed him, Riley got more aggressive. He called Shaq ridiculous and claimed the big man was just trying to get more calls from refs, a tactic Riley considered unconscionable. I'd argue that ripping someone's thumb apart to save a layup is unconscionable, but whatever, not my fight. This back and forth led Shaq to declare war in the Panhandle State. The Orlando-Miami rivalry was in full force. See?
Wait, okay. Askin spit in a direction of Magic bench? Really? Keith Askins? Next time Keith spits, I'm going to knock it back down into his throat. Okay.
But at the end of that season, Shaq headed to LA and the beef hit the cooler.
See, now the earlier video from today that I was reacting to about Wemby bringing trash talk back to the NBA, this is why we need it. This is why we need this stuff, man. It amplifies the whole game.
The Lakers played the Heat twice a year, and Shaq didn't really talk about Pat Riley anymore. He had a lot going on.
Yeah.
Riley was busy too, or actually maybe a little less busy because Miami became so bad he quit coaching to just be the team's president. But losing takes time too. And then in 2004, beef hit the trash compactor. The big man was ready to leave LA, and they were ready to part with him, and Miami was on his wish list. The top of his wish list, actually. Broken thumbs be bygones.
Okay, you want to trade me, but I'm going to Miami. No, it ain't gonna work like that. I'm going to Miami.
And Pat Riley said, Shaq, grab my hand and pull me out of basketball hell and into the playoffs. Now, despite all of Riley's praise, Shaq had been experiencing quite a bit of negative press at this point in his career.
And to be fair, Dwayne Wade brought them to the playoffs, then Shaq joined, and then they were a title contender. Just got to be fair to D. Wade, man. He did it himself. Him and, young Lamar Odom.
I mean, he was still very good, but he didn't strike fear in his opponents like he once did. The Lakers were coming off a finals loss, and his own assistant coach questioned his effort and desire. Fat and lazy were descriptors that had started to swirl around Shaq, which actually could have been a portent of the beef ahead. Mainly because Pat Riley was a super strict executive who monitored his players' body fat percentage. More than monitored, he fined players for exceeding specific body fat requirements. Toxic. And also,
I heard Shaq say in a podcast or something recently that he basically just told Pat Riley, all right, here's $82,000 for the 82 games, because he's not going to meet the body fat requirement. So here, just take it out of my check.
Was the laid-back, 12-year veteran, 3-time champion giant going to tolerate that sort of micromanaging all up in his business? Actually, yeah. He didn't love it, he didn't think it was good for him, but he did it. By the end of his first year in Miami, he'd dropped so much weight and fat, You'd think he'd had a couple tapeworms. Unfortunately, the Heat fell short of the finals that year. There was some bad blood with coach Stan Van Gundy, and after a few too many losses in the start of the 05-06 season, Pat Riley said, "Fine, I'll do it." This again could portend beef. Riley's coaching reputation was all business, all conditioning, and Shaq never thought he could play for him. So, could he? Yeah, in part because Riley yielded a bit to the big man. At O'Neal's request/imploring, he dropped the team curfew and pushed practices back till noon. Now, the coach still
I
had
forgot about the team curfew.
his usual flair, but Shaq dropped enough weight to stay on Riley's good side. These guys were respecting each other, making compromises for each other, and winning games. That's not beef. That's not beef at all. They're dancing together. In the 06-07 season, the Heat did not defend their title, were out in the first round of the playoffs. Pat Riley said they deserved to be out that early, while heavily implying Shaq didn't give enough effort throughout the season. Now we're eating.
Yeah. The issue with Shaq is that he gets hungry, then he wins, and then he gets fat. Like, it's always the case with him. So it was always going to be this way in Miami. The only way he wasn't going to get fat is if it took longer to win. But yeah, I remember that, me and my brother talk about it from time to time too, because first year Miami Shaq, like, he was good. Like, he was playing solid. By the second year, he was still playing good, but by the playoffs, not so great. He definitely could have been better. And then after that, he definitely fell off after they won that championship. And I think it probably made it worse that they won the championship with Dwayne Wade carrying them, because he probably figured, oh, I could just take a back seat and let Dwayne Wade do his thing. We'll still win.
After being swept in the first round, Riley blamed the pervasive attitude among vets that they could coast until the postseason. It wasn't a mystery which vet he was talking about. Miami insiders, whoever they may be, claimed O'Neal told other players to slack on D so it wouldn't be so obvious he himself wasn't trying. And Riley suggested the possibility of Shaq returning half his salary if he was only going to put forth effort for half a season.
Nice. I like that,
the
Pat.
The following season started even worse. Shaq was averaging a career low, only getting about 10 shots a game, and he believed that was Riley's fault for not putting talent around him. Riley wanted Shaq to try harder, to be a leader. Shaq allegedly responded by asking for something to lead.
What?
Just before Christmas, O'Neal injured his hip diving for a loose ball. It was a lingering and mysterious injury. MRIs and X-rays didn't provide clues. He'd play a few games, then sit a few games. The unhealable injury was a point of friction between coach and player. Then, in February 08, there was an incident. Jason Williams arrived a tiny bit late to practice.
Oh, yeah.
Pat Riley kicked him out of practice for that offense. Shaq defended his point guard, so Riley kicked Shaq out of practice. Shaq objected in a way that made his teammates think he might literally kill Pat Riley via blunt force trauma. Alonzo Mourning and Udonis Haslem tried to hold O'Neal back.
I mean, let's go ahead and read some of the stuff I know they don't want to read. I started taking a couple of steps towards Pat. Haslem steps in, and I shove him out of the way. Then Zoe tries to grab me. I threw him aside like he was a rag doll. What the hell? I can't, dude. Alonzo's one of the strongest dudes, especially back then, man. Okay, now it's me and Riley face to face, jaw to jaw. I'm poking him in the chest, and he keeps slapping my finger away, and it's getting nasty. Noisy too. He's yelling "F you," and I'm yelling back, "No, F you." This is great. You know what, dude? And as a Suns fan, I'm mad that this happened, because if this didn't happen, then Shaq wouldn't have been traded to the Suns, and that wouldn't have ruined or it wouldn't have blown up that team, man. F you, Steve Kerr.
Alonzo Mourning and Udonis Haslem tried to hold O'Neal back, but that didn't work.
Yeah, good luck.
And Riley was so angry, he wasn't backing his old ass down.
I respect
Shaq
that.
finally relented, and no one was involuntarily manslaughtered.
Pointing finger. I'm yelling so hard that spittles are coming out. The mouth and spittles are coming out of his mouth. That's so gross. But yeah. So Alonzo got between us and said, "Shaq, don't do it." Yeah, good. Dude, Pat Riley's a baller, dude. Pat Riley standing there with an angry giant Shaq ready to kill him, and he doesn't even like flinch. I gotta respect that.
Practice was canceled for the day.
But yeah, Zoe probably just saved his life. Oh, here we go. Thanks, Steve Kerr.
The following day, Shaq was traded to Phoenix,
Dumbo.
where he recovered from injury and was playing more minutes and better minutes.
Yeah, he actually looked really healthy in Phoenix.
Which led the Heat to be like, well, look who's all healed up now that he's off a losing team.
Yep, big Shaqtus.
O'Neal heard from multiple sources that Riley was telling everyone he was faking his hip injury. He thought Riley was trying to spin the story and blame Moya.
Okay, little insight though, as a Suns fan. To be fair, our training crew was probably the best in the league at this point, because not only was Shaq staying incredibly healthy the whole time he was in Phoenix, this guy, Grant Hill, was the healthiest he'd ever been in his entire career while he was a Phoenix Sun. And he'd always praise the crew, the trainers, the training staff, because I don't know what it was that we did right, but man, we took injury-prone players, especially Grant Hill, which, you know, the unlucky history he had. The guy was an Iron Man for the Suns. Never missed a game. He played great too.
He was faking his hip injury. He thought Riley was trying to spin the story and blame Miami's woes on him and him alone. O'Neal credited his mini Phoenix resurgence to two things. First, being on a team that was coached and managed better.
Oh boy.
Now he had good players around him.
Oh boy.
He did choose to express that sentiment in an insensitive way. Quinn and Davis were collateral damage in this swipe at Riley. The other reason he could play better, the Suns trainers fixed his hip.
Yeah.
Something the Heat trainers couldn't do.
There it is.
This seems like kind of gentle criticism, considering the guy was kind of pissed at the Heat trainers.
No, I mean, the thing is I know, just because, you know, being a Suns fan my whole life, like, this is real. Yeah, the Suns trainers really did do a good job on everybody. The only thing they couldn't figure out was Steve Nash's back.
Pat Riley does not agree with me. He characterized O'Neal's comments as stabs in the back, taking particular umbrage at the critique of his trainers. The Miami press called Shaq a whiner and ran with a narrative that talking trash about former teams was O'Neal's MO.
That's true, though.
Riley furthered this narrative, claiming he had to shut down Shaq's LA complaints when Miami first acquired him. But you know what they say, time heals all wounds. The beef faded once the two were rid of each other. Shaq's career wound down and he retired in 2011. Riley stepped away from coaching to be solely the Heat's president again in 2008.
Yo, Stuart Scott, man, I miss that dude. I miss old ESPN, and he was like the heart of it for me.
And that worked out pretty well. In February of 2016, the Heat announced they'd be retiring O'Neal's jersey, and that was evidence enough that Riley, still team president, had moved on and forgiven the center of his 06 championship team.
That's a cool move. Good job, Pat. Pat's always doing cool stuff like this. Retiring Jordan's jersey, giving D Wade a statue, even though that didn't go so well, but his heart was in the right place. And this is cool. Definitely to retire his jersey after just, 3 seasons in Miami, I believe Shaq played? That's a big deal. But he helped him and D Wade, like, they brought the first championship ever to Miami. So I like that he does that for his guys.
The local press still seemed a bit pissed, though. In September of that same year, O'Neal was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and he spoke about his former coach without a whiff of beef. They might as well have been dancing together on a parade float again. Seems a championship season that turned around both a hell-dwelling franchise and a fat, lazy star looms larger than some spitting and sniping and losing and fake injury accusing. Perhaps the saying should be time and a title under the belt heals all wounds.
Right.
Then, if not, you could always get a Suns trainer on it.
I like that she knows. All right, guys, that's going to go ahead and do it. This is a great video. Great story. I'm glad to revisit it, and I learned a couple of things as well. I didn't know that they had history. I just knew once Shaq was in Miami, they ended up having quite a bit of beef. But yeah, I noticed this. When it comes to Shaq, he held a grudge until he retired with a lot of people. And when I sit down and I listen to him talk, it seems like a lot of it has to do with him needing to like fabricate stuff in his head to create a rivalry to get him motivated enough to try hard. You know what I mean? He had motivation like issues, like a hard time motivating himself. And if he created a narrative that like, you know, Pat Riley screwed me over, I gotta punish Miami every time I go in there, that's gonna get him, you know, out of bed that day and ready to play hard. So things like this, I hear all like half of these beef stories from Shaq are really like, there's really not much there, you know, there's not much going on, but Shaq just doesn't want to let it go. But then after he retired, he talks about these people he beefed with the utmost respect. So, you know, remember how he was with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? He hated him, but then it turned out that he basically just like made up some crap, you know, about like Kareem not making eye contact with him or whatever, in a game where it was Lakers versus the Clippers. And it's not like they ever talked about it or anything. He created it. He was like, oh, this guy doesn't like me. He doesn't respect me. He doesn't think I'm great. I gotta punish them, you know? But then once Shaq retires, like all he talks about with Kareem is how great he is. He even had a sit down like interview with him. So anyways, that's Shaq, man. Shaq is kind of a nutcase to get himself to get motivated. But you know what? To be fair, Pat Riley's crazy too. What a hell of a combo they made. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a good time. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Like the vid on the way out if you could. Hit that subscribe button if you want more content like this. And most importantly, is to be water, my friends. Peace out.